iPad Air. We're going to do some testing here. They think it's a TriStar, but I want to make sure. So we're going to run our TriStar tester and the ICC Pro just to be sure of what kind of reading we're getting. We did bring a port just in case. Alright, Darkplex is testing out okay. And I'll fast forward through this. Wish I could fast forward for me. Okay, it failed on the TriStar tester. It took an exceptionally long time, but let's just get a double confirmation. Never hurts to get two readings. And immediate TriStar Hydra fail. Okay, so I need to take a break, but we will come back and we will find our TriStar Hydra on this board. Okay, we have a little bit of a problem. The TriStars I have in my stock are not compatible with this particular iPad. It's the 1610A1. I don't have those particular TriStars. I have the 610A3, I think. And everything I've read says that it is not compatible. However, we do have a donor board here, and I just ran a TriStar test with the ICC Pro and it passed. So I am hopeful that we can just pull this one and reball it. See if I can get it in view for you, and it'll work for us. I'm hopeful. No guarantees on that, but we'll try. I do have another donor just in case. While I'm getting my equipment and stuff ready, I will throw up my temperatures. Okay, so we're going to pull the chip. You guys will get to see a reball video this time. Make sure I'm on the right temperature, 380, yes. Not that I care about this donor, but it's better to be on the right temperature for the actual pull on theirs. We won't even pull theirs until we get this one reballed. I should be using my smaller nozzle on this. Again, I don't really care on this board. Wow. The nozzle does make a huge difference. Normally would have this pulled already. Alright, let's just go ahead and change that. Alright, try that again. This time with more concentrated airflow. housing is eating up a lot of my heat. My goodness. Huh? I'm going to raise my temperature because I need to get this thing off the board. Up to 450. Sorry that I'm having to call audible on this donor pool. There we go. That was insanity. Alright. So, I think we will use the cut and tape method just to keep the chip from running around anywhere. And for this I will switch you to bench scene so you can kind of watch what I'm doing. Alright, let me switch you back to microscope and get you focused. Let's make sure we're on the right temperatures. We don't want to be particularly high. We're not working on a PS5. That was earlier. Alright, I just kind of want to smooth it out. Alright, let's see what stencil we have that'll fit him. I think one of the 3D stencils actually had one that works good. I can find the dang chip. Bring some side light in. A little bit of a difficult time finding the chip under there. Tape method might be working against me. Yeah, I think the tape method is actually working against me here. Alright, let's take it off the tape. And we will use a tissue. The tape helps with the cleanup. So I'm not complaining too much. But we're going to need a clean wipe. The tape method is great for certain jobs. Don't get me wrong on that. Other jobs, not so much. I'm not sure that's the right chip. Does not appear to be. Let me check my other ones. That's better. I know I've got one that fits these. Pretty sure. Anyway. Fix a million stencils later, I'll run into it. I think that's our guy. Alright. I knew I had a stencil for it somewhere. Okay. Let's grab some 183. Not the 158. I have used the 158 for random jobs where I really don't want to melt stuff, and it works alright. I don't usually recommend soldering with low melt, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, especially on iPhones where you're worried about connectors or sandwiches, and I use the 158 on the sandwiches, so if I have to reball them. I don't need the fuzz with the stuff. With the paste. I know what you're thinking. You're looking at it and it looks awfully wet. It is. You know what? I don't care. Because we will use an indirect method that'll make it not matter that it's wet. But we will clean up this excess flux as well. Let's get stuff out of the way. It's been a long while since I've reballed one of these, in honesty. Alright, so we're going to use an indirect method. First we'll warm up the area a little bit. Now we'll go off to the side. Really not heating it directly, we're just heating up the stencil. And there you go. When you do that, you don't have to worry about the flux blowing the balls out. Okay. We're going to lower our temperature, and again, I'm sorry I did not put this on the temperature thing, but I'm going to drop it down to about 100 degrees. And that's just to warm the flux so that we can easily remove the chip without damaging it. Uh-oh. We have blown the chip off somewhere though, which is not ideal. And I'm not seeing it right off the bat. Well, that was not a great thing. Alright, I will come back if and when I find the chip, otherwise we'll have to pull the other one and reball it. Okay, it looks like I found it. We may have merged balls on it though. That looks like merged balls. No, actually it is merged. That's good. We might be able to save this one if we don't have, 10 million gallons of airflow going on here. I'm going to drop it down to like 20%. Sorry. Okay. Oh, geez, we're missing another ball. Well, that was not a good reball at all. That's a pretty crappy reball. Alright. See if we can save it. Let's make sure this is the right chip first. Yeah, it's the right chip. That was a crap-tacular reball. That is probably the worst one I've ever done. Yeah, that's been a long time since I've done one that bad. Alright. Gonna be one of those nights, is it? When you don't do reballs for quite a while. I still can't believe it went that badly. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, this time we'll lower the temperature down to, the airflow down to a very dull roar, and the temperature down to about 100. This is just to warm up the flux. This is not to do any rework. Warm up the flux so we can remove the chip again. Okay. Still blew it, but it didn't blow it very far this time. And boy, we're still getting a crappy reball. What is going on? I am not liking how this chip is reballing. It's either too dirty or something. I'm going to take a brush to it. Okay, third time going to be a charm. I hope so. Wasn't really looking to do a major practice fest on reballing. It's already taken longer than I anticipated. I may have to reflux and reflow it a second time while in the stencil, just to be sure this time. Alright, try this again. We're gonna get it this time. Right? Right. Flux it one more time. Cross our fingers. Again, blew it away, but did not blow very far. Lower airflow helps. Take a look. Alright, I think we got it this time. Good enough. Take the stencil aside. It needs something to need cleaning. And we're going to stick our chip somewhere we can find it. Cover it up. So nothing funky happens. Alright. Hopefully we are done with the tape. But we'll stick it aside just in case we are not done with the tape. Alright. Now we need to pull the donor, I mean not the donor, the customer chip, which we will be much more careful about. Nope. This will be the 380 temperature. It's not in the housing, so I don't expect it'll take as long to pull. It could just be this board. And that appears to be this board. Just taking in the same amount of heat. But I may have to actually go up to 450. At least for the pull. Drop that down to 380 immediately. Okay. Now I'm going to do what I kind of always do on this. I'm going to flood that area with leaded. And then we're just going to flatten those balls out. We're not going to wick. First we need some leaded. A little more steadiness. Okay, now we're going to clean it thoroughly, the iron. I'm going to flatten these balls out as much as possible. Suck up as much solder as we can. Leave no Hershey kisses or anything like that. Let's take a look in that top corner. I think there's a kiss in there. Alright. Pretty satisfied with that. Alright, I think that'll work. Alright, we're going to drop our airflow. We're at 380, but we're going to drop to 20% for the tack down on the new chip. Let's get situated here. Let's make sure we grab the right chip. I have a couple of chips hidden in there, but they're not TriStars. I am pretty sure this was the orientation, but I may stop this and just rewind just for confirmation's sake, because I did not make special note that that was the orientation. But the nice thing about recording your videos is you have record, so I'll be right back. Alright, I am correct in my orientation. Let's see if I can get you in the screen. I just want to make sure we get nice and lined up in here. Feel pretty good about that. Alright, let's come in with 20% airflow. What we're going to do here is try and tack it down. I think we're a little off this way. Okay. All I want to do here with the 20% airflow is tack it down. Don't want to tack it down that crooked though. All right. Stop there for a moment. Get this kind of aligned in place. It will align in place if you're close, but I like it to be mostly close to begin with. Okay. All right, see how we did. Okay, it's tacked down. Now we're going to bring the sauce full airflow, and we want to make it dance. And might add a little bit more flux. See him dance in place. There we go. I do believe it did. Solid. I'm going to turn our temp way down and just give this an assist on cooling down. A bit, because I would like to perform a test. Rapid cool with the fume extractor now. Carefully. All right. Let's grab the ICC Pro. I like to get this on screen as much as I can. And let's see how we did. Okay. TriStar Hydro okay, VCC main okay. But we will confirm with a double test. Just to be sure. Just try not to destroy their dock flicks. I can get this a little more on screen without endangering the board. On my quick test. And fast forward. And it's giving us somewhat of an ambiguous test. I don't know what models are compatible with this particular TriStar tester. So we're just going to say, we're going to hope that's good. Let's perform one more test. We're going to do this with our Power Z dongle. And I just wanted to see if it gives us normal boot behavior. And I can turn on the recording there. should get a trace of the amperage. Yeah, that looks good. If TriStar was not working, I'd be expecting different behavior. So very good. I'm happy with that. So in summary, we had a failed TriStar test on both testers. We did not have any compatible TriStars in stock for this model of iPad, iPad Air. So we had to pull one from a donor board, reball it, put it back on. It's passing fine on the ICC Pro. We're getting an ambiguous test on the TriStar tester, which can happen on certain model iPads. They're really kind of made for iPhones. So anyway, I think we're doing okay. I will update if it turns out we have another problem. I'll make an amendment to this video and add the extra footage. If not, it's good to go. If you have any questions about the equipment I used in this video, take a look in the description below. Do me a favor and hit the like button if you like the video, and if you want to see more videos like it, hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll know when I post videos, which is usually about twice a week. That's really all I have to ask you. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate the channel support. We'll see you in the next video.